In the name of Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, and in the name of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and in the name of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I'd like to greet you in the greetings of peace of Assalamu Alaikum. Well, today we're going to deal with the Godfather of Harlem, the movie. Now, the question that we're going to try to answer is, why did the enemy put the soul of Satan into their fake image of Malcolm X? Okay? Let's go to Revelations 13, 14, and 15. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Because what we are seeing in this Godfather of Harlem is not Malcolm. It is the image of Malcolm that they are putting words into his mouth, and we're going to show it to you side by side to prove to you who they are and what they're doing. So, these are the writers, the Godfather of Harlem producers, Paul Eckstein and Chris Brancato. And they're telling you what they are doing. They tell you in every episode, they start out with, while this story is inspired by actual persons and events, certain characters, characterizations, incidents, locations, and dialogue were fictionalized or invented for purposes of dramatization. In other words, they are lying. And they tell you that up front. And we'll show you the first a minute and 40 seconds of the Godfather of Harlem that has Malcolm speaking in church of Adam Clayton Powell. Here we go.
I'll see you two later.
What about Malcolm? Don't you want to hear him speak?
I already got the message.
We can thank Bunker Johnson for this.
I'm sure there's a quid pro quo, brother.
I trust you will stay within the bounds of propriety.
Well, there's nothing I'm going to say your parishioners can't handle.
Hello, sister. Our congregation must open its hearts and minds to people of all faiths, knowing that we are all one people of one God. Today, I present Minister Malcolm X.
A friend of mine recently reminded me of the importance of coming together as a people to face a common enemy.
Come on, back of the bus.
We must forget our differences to fight a system of oppression. Tactics based on morality can only succeed when you are dealing with a system that is moral. If a dog is biting a black man, whether a police dog, a hound dog, or any other type of dog, that black man should kill that dog. Or any two-legged dog that sicks the dog on him. If the government is unwilling to protect the lives of our people...
Oh, what do we learn from this clip? In the Godfather of Harlem, you can see that at Reverend Powell's church in 1963, that Malcolm's message was calling for violence, and the audience was absolutely not with Malcolm at all. Well, since we had the date and the person, we went and researched and found the actual speech that Malcolm gave at Reverend Powell's church in 1963. The actual audio. And here's what Malcolm said in that audio. Malcolm, when he was introduced to a thunderous applause of 15 seconds. Now over here, it was like the people were not even paying attention. They didn't know who he was. They didn't like him. There was no approval. But in actuality, in the real speech, they gave him a thunderous applause when he was introduced by Adam Clayton Powell. 15 seconds of applause. Then Malcolm spoke for 25 minutes. We're only going to show you about 7 minutes of it here, but he spoke for 25 minutes, during which he was interrupted 23 times by loud applause ranging from 8 to 26 seconds each time. So this is completely different from what they show you in The Godfather of Harlem. They show you a weak Malcolm, a Malcolm that nobody liked, a Malcolm that was calling for violence. Whereas in actuality, the people loved Malcolm with a thunderous applause, and Malcolm was applauded 23 times in 25 minutes. Then in The Godfather of Harlem, he says, a friend of mine. Look, Bumpy Johnson was given credit for reminding Malcolm of our teachings. A friend of mine. That is a lie. In fact, Honorable Elijah Muhammad was given credit by Malcolm for teaching him. Malcolm repeated that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us. He said it 29 times in 25 minutes. In other words, when he would give you the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he would say, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, not my friend, not Bumpy Johnson. And he said it 29 times in 25 minutes. So he was not hiding who his teacher was. He was relaying a message to you from his teacher. Now, in The Godfather of Harlem, Malcolm did not believe that a moral strategy would be successful. That's what he said in The Godfather of Harlem movie, that a moral strategy would not be successful in a people who are not being moral. But actually, the real speech, Malcolm mentioned God 35 times in 25 minutes. Malcolm mentioned Jesus 5 times in 25 minutes. Malcolm gave separation as a solution to our racial problems 15 times. Never was it violence. It was to tell the truth, to wake our people up, to separate themselves from this pack of wolves. He said that 15 times. He never said anything about killing nobody, hurting nobody, or by using immoral tactics. Now, let's look at this next clip.
Hear him speak?
I already got the message.
We can thank Bumpy Johnson for this.
I'm sure there's a quid pro quo, brother.
I trust you will stay within the bounds of propriety.
Well, there's nothing I'm going to say your parishioners can't handle.
Hello, sister.
Our congregation must open its hearts and minds to people of all faiths, knowing that we are all one people of one God. Today, I present Minister Malcolm X.
A friend of mine recently reminded me of the importance of
The actual speech. The actual speech.
Now I'd like to present to you one of the distinguished voices of the Negro Revolution, Minister Malcolm X of the Black Muslim. Dr. Paul, distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, friends, and even our enemies.
A friend of mine recently reminded me of the importance of coming together as a people to face a common enemy.
Come on, back to the bus.
We must
As a follower and minister of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is the messenger of Allah to the American so-called Negroes, I am very happy to accept Dr. Powell's invitation to speak here this evening at the Everseen Baptist Church and to express, or at least try, to represent the Honorable Elijah Muhammad views on this most timely topic, the Black Revolution.
Coming together as a people to face a common enemy.
Come on, back to the bus.
We must forget our differences to fight a system of oppression. Tactics based on morality can only succeed when you are dealing with a system that is moral. If a dog is biting a black man, whether a police dog, a hound dog, or any other type of dog, that black man should kill that dog. Or any two-legged dog that sicks the dog on it. If the government is unwilling to protect the lives of our people,
Since we are a church, and most of us here profess to believe in God, there is another question. When the Good Shepherd comes, will he integrate his long-lost sheep with white wool? According to the Bible, when God comes, he won't even let his sheep integrate with goats. And if his sheep can't be safely integrated with goats, they certainly aren't safe integrated with wolves.
If the government is unwilling to protect the lives of our people are within their rights to protect themselves by whatever means necessary. And I repeat,
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that Islam is the religion of naked truth. Naked truth. Undressed truth. Truth that is not dressed up. And he says that truth is the only thing that will truly set our people free. Truth will open your eyes and enable us to see the white bull as he really is. Truth will stand us on our own feet. Truth will make us walk for ourselves instead of leaning on others who mean our people no good. Truth not only shows us who our real enemy is, truth also gives us the strength and the know-how of how to separate ourselves from that enemy. Only a blind man will walk into the open embrace of his enemy. And only a blind people, a people who are blind to the truth about their enemy, will seek to embrace or integrate with that enemy. But Jesus did prophesy that when Elijah comes in the spirit and power of truth, he said that Elijah would teach you the truth. Elijah would guide you with truth. And Elijah would protect you with truth and make you free indeed. And beloved brothers and sisters, that Elijah, the one whom Jesus said was to come, he has come, and is in America today in the person of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Complete separation from this race of devils. To leave America empty-handed. After 400 years of slave labor, we have some back pay coming. A bill that is owed to us and must be collected. If the government of America truly repents of its sins against our people and atones by giving us our true share, not an integrated cup of coffee, but our true share of the land and the wealth, then America can save herself. But if America waits for God to step in and force her to make make a just settlement. God will take this entire continent away from the white man. And the Bible says that God can then give the kingdom to whomsoever he pleases.
So, the question is, why did the enemy put the soul of Satan into their fake image of Malcolm X? Let's go back to Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. In other words, they're putting words in the mouth of Malcolm. They don't want the words of Elijah Muhammad. Why are they putting their words, not Elijah's words, but their words in the mouth of their image of Malcolm?
So, but how about Nigel in that?
Yeah.
Malcolm.
He's my favorite.
He is so pitch perfect in that role that we were astounded.
Yeah.
And think about it, you know, without a great Malcolm, the show craters. The show craters.
And so for me, I'm like, Nigel's just exactly what it isn't just that he's, you know, he's doing more than an interpretation of Malcolm for me. He's really embodied this man's soul in a way that he's just tapping into something, and we're really.
Whose soul are they putting in the image of Malcolm? Why do they try to destroy anybody who is teaching the words of Elijah? It is the teachings or the words of Elijah Muhammad that will resurrect the people from the spell of Satan. So, I guess we will find out next year in 2020 who killed Malcolm X, according to the book of the Godfather of Harlem. Now, how many times can a people be fooled by the same trickster with the same trick? So until then, may Allah bless you to wake up and win. Assalamu alaikum, family.